Hello and welcome to the stream. And we gotta do a dramatic entrance on the main set here. Give me a second. Welcome. Hello. We'll catch up on chat here in a second. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I love the mini. I want it so bad. Oh, we almost had it. There we go. I crashed on the way in like an idiot. There we go. Hello. Welcome, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust. We are on PC Rust at the moment because things are a bit easier for us over here as far as, like, I can do stuff like this. We can respawn helicopters. We can spawn helicopters. We can fly helicopters. We don't have that on the original version yet. Still no official word on that. By the way, if you want to know anything about custom servers, ! Custom in the chat. I should also pin it here in a second. Hello, welcome. We have So Funny. We have Torka. What's up, dude? We have RT. We have Bob. What's up, Bob? Then we got, let's see, who else we got here? We got Alejandro. We have Chairman, 80. We have Silent Sniper. What's up, what's up? And then we have Mitchell Riley, Shroomy. Hello, welcome. Christopher Craig. Who else do we have here? We have Jade Gaming. Hello. Who else are we missing here? Hi, guys. What's up? I had tried to make a dramatic entrance, and then we wrecked ourselves. Don't judge me, okay? Okay, so we've had a lot of really cool stuff here. Okay, so this stream's going to be about anything and everything Power Surge. Or you can ask any question you want, but if you guys are like, hey, I don't know how to set up turrets, this is scary, this looks too confusing, we'll try to walk through and answer everything to the best of our abilities. You guys have had great questions. We had great sessions, so that's what this one's going to be about. And I guess if the boys get on early, we'll maybe jump over to the console side, or we'll break and then we'll start another stream for that later. I'm not sure what if the boys are going to be on or not tonight. So we got all kinds of good stuff here. So everything that we're going to cover here, less the helicopter that we just flew in, is all stuff that's currently on testing and staging branch and currently works for Power Surge. And it's great, dude. If you haven't had a chance to get in here and do it, we got trap bases, we got automatic doors, we have turret ports over here. Look at this. We have anti-scrub protection, and the one we built last time, which we had some really cool additions to. This is a trap base that also sends a signal, so if you're out farming, you know if you caught any scrubs. Pretty hot, right? Then we're going to do a 9-turret battery backup piece today. I had to find my notes on that. That's what took me so long. I kept delaying the stream a little bit. So, sorry about that. What's up? We have ZLS. We have, is that Sneeko? Hello. So funny. Hello. Says, is there a way to set up an HPF sensor to open turret bay doors? Yes. Says, do you invite subs to Rust Council? Yeah, we do events and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, good question. We get that one a lot. When the custom servers do hit eventually, whenever that is, we'll be running at least 2 servers. One of the servers is going to be vanilla rates, and it's going to be bi-weekly, which means halfway through the month there's a soft wipe, and at the end of the month it's always a hard wipe. That's literally the most popular game type on PC Rust forever, in all time and eternity, because it's like just enough time to like build up and do stuff, but it's not too long to where it's stale and then the Zergs are just pooping on everybody on monthly, right? So we'll be doing one of those, and then we'll be doing event servers where we'll be streaming and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. You guys come in, we'll make arenas, we'll have like raid events and stuff. It's going to be cool. It's going to be great. Can't wait for it. And then it's also a good place to go if you don't want to pay for a server, because custom servers will cost money per month. You just come over and play on ours. You guys don't have to spend anything. Just be like, what's up? What's up? Dizzy says, what I miss? Oh, we're just doing the intro stuff right now. Okay, so real quick before anything like blurts out on me here, the internet across the United States has been a little spotty. I guess there was some fiber that got knocked out for some reason or another, so there's weird routing happening. My connection's okay, but it's not okay. So basically, if you see buffering, it is on my side, so just hang in there. It might scramble a little bit. If it gets really annoying, you can always just like move the scrub thing back a little bit, and then that way you can kind of jump over it, if that makes sense. So yes, you're going to rewind the stream a little bit, but it kind of, if you don't want to sit there on a bunch of the jumbled stuff, and then you can kind of fast forward through it once you hit it, if that makes sense. Okay, so yes, if you see buffering, just hang in there. So sorry, it's been plaguing us for like 3 weeks. So. What's up? He says, not gonna lie, I watch all your videos all the time. He says, but never watch live stream. Well, welcome, Taby Jeez. He says, boo PC, said Chairman Russ. Buddy, we're still doing stuff for console, man. We're just able to do these builds a lot easier, faster, and we can like give you guys better bird eye views and stuff, because we can literally like, and I can detach and do all kinds of stuff. It just helps, you know what I mean? Like, it's a bit faster. Plus, it's a legitimate way for me to use mouse and keyboard. Woo, 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 woo! What's up? Hello from France. Hello, welcome. This is, I have 5K crust hours. What? Alejandro. Yeah, console's awesome, dude. You know that's where we main. You know. I know we've been doing a lot of this here, but, like, you know, it's just easier for us to do this, because we don't have custom servers yet, man. Let's make sure we got everybody. So any questions you guys have, any concerns about Power Surge? I'm trying to think of the first one we're going to do. We had a good question last time. Wait, somebody asked earlier. Hang on, just now. They said, can you do the HBF sensors where it opens up the turret doors and bounces? Yes. Let's do that one. It was Bob. Did Bob ask that one? Bob? Yo, Bob. Hey, Bob. Thanks, Bob. Do you guys want some music while I set it up? Do you guys want me to talk to you while I set it up? Or you guys don't care? It'll take me probably 3-5 minutes, give or take. So what you're saying, if I understand you correctly, Bob, before we get into it, why everybody else is answering that question. So you want something like this that will open up and the turret turns on, but you want it to be triggered by something like this, where if this circuit's on, this light will go off if there's a scrub outside. Oh, wait, I'm the scrub. So you want this type of activation, but instead of the light going off, you want it to be these going off, correct? Oh, what's up? Bob's from the homeland, dude. What's up, buddy? Potatoes. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I'm of Irish descent too, Mr. Bob. It's my people. It says, what's up with recoil? I've been triple headshotted in a row. The same guy using an AK. Doesn't say what it's at. That's most likely M&K adapters and people using recoil scripts. As if you're talking about on console. If it's on PC, it's most likely hacks. And now you know why we play on console. So, okay, so yeah, he says let's go. Okay, that's what you're looking for? Sweet, we can do something like that. Okay, let me determine. She says, you know when horses are coming out, just talk. Okay. I got you, B. Our horses, here's what I have on horses so far, sir. Hold on, I got you, homie. Give me a chance to think through what we're going to do. We're doing this like on the spot. Like I haven't pre-done this before, so this one turret port. which is good. It's good practice for me, and I hope it helps you guys out too. So there you go. That's all we have on horses so far. If you want to go, you can click to it, add it to your watch list, or watch it and come back. It's entirely up to you. I got a question. Could you show me how to make a trap base with power? I wanted to try it, but it didn't work. Sneeko, any specifics? Like, were you trying to do it with a turret? Were you just trying to do a basic trap base? I'm just trying to get an idea. We can do that one next. That's a good one. Bob's got the first request for now. I've got that one written down. Bob says, is there a way to use an HBF sensor to trigger turret ports, more or less, right? Did I get that right? Turret ports. HBF. Ooh, RT says, can you show us the system for cameras, please? Dude, love it. Okay, so we're going to do it in this order because it'll take us a hot second to do the turret port one. So we're going to do it in this order. It's going to be Bob's first. Then we're going to do RT with the camera stuff because that's actually pretty easy. Also, if you guys want to skip right to it, I also have a video on it. But we can show you the custom stuff here, and if you guys need more information, I can hook you up. And then RT asked about the camera, so we'll do that one second, and then we'll do Sneeko's with the trap base. That sounds good, right, guys? Did I miss anything else? That's good stuff, guys. Good stuff. This is what we're looking for, man. Okay, let's do the first one here and get this out of the way. Okay, so I'm not sure where we're going to do this for, like, real estate. Do you see how big our platform is? It's kind of big. I guess we'll build it out in this direction. Yeah, start to feel the head bumping. Anybody else got that, the weather headaches? You know what I'm talking about? We're going to probably use triangles for this. And we did this last time. It was actually pretty hot. We could do something like this, maybe? So we did a trap base last time, but then somebody was like, hey, can you put like a broadcaster on it so it can tell you when you're actually getting, when you got somebody in the trap? And I was like, ooh, that's a good idea. This is not the camera for oil, but how to use it on your base. I got you, B. I got you. That video also shows you how to do the custom ones, but we'll show you here as well. Good question. Good question. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. This is what we're looking for. Okay, so we're going to break it up into parts. So what we're going to start with is a standard turret port. Once we have that active, then we'll set up a sensor system, which is this HBF outside, and then we'll link it into triggering the turret port. And pro tip, the memory cell is involved. Probably one of the most important, I think, electronic pieces. It's up there, especially if you want some functionality. You can do it with other like logic, but this is your best friend. If you're going to be making trap bases, you're going to want to know the memory cell for sure. So we'll break it up into those small parts that should help with that, and then we can scale it up so if you guys want more ports. So hopefully this can hit a lot of people in terms of like, hey, do you want to know how to do it with ports? Do you want to know how to do it with activating it? And then we can do one with the timer. Remind me if I forget the one with the timer, okay? I get so excited, I just kind of forget. Okay, so typically, and there's a lot of different ways you can do this. Usually you want to have your turret port active and then the doors open, and then when it runs out of bullets or anything else, it closes the doors and it shuts off the turret, because no longer can you just run turrets all the time. It's going to cost you something. So you have like a real run time with these kind of things. So you want to make sure that you're turning it on when you need it and you're turning it off when you don't, so you're saving runtime. Because let's be honest, if you're offline, you want your turrets running as long as possible. So with that in mind, usually enclosing it like this is very common. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but this will actually protect it, because remember, now you have to stick weapons inside of the turret, and when the turret gets dropped, it drops the ammo and the weapon. Hold on a second. You guys with me so far? We good? Actually, you guys, dang, you're so smack. I'll try to slow down a little bit. I'm just giving you guys the rundown for now. I'm actually drinking a little bit of caffeine right now. Anyways. Okay, giving you guys a rundown here. So I got my settings pretty good. Haven't fine-tuned it yet. It says, could use some help. Not a request, but can I see the signal transmitter to open garage doors? Ooh, Bob. You're right in my mind, dude. That's going to be a little bit later. Okay, so we got Bob's request. We got a fourth one on top here. Let me know if I'm going too fast or if I have to go over it again, everybody. When I get excited, I speed up. I'll try to slow down, okay? I love this stuff. I love it. It's the best. And I'm so glad it's on console, and I can't wait for it to hit main branch. Okay, so the point is, it's very common to have these turret bay doors and also a turret inside. So what I like to do when these are active and this is on here, I like to have some sort of catch-all because it's just a giant hole into your base. So a lot of times having this window with a window in it Yeah, monthly should be a soft wipe this Thursday. Sorry, I had to check something. Okay. Let's get these windows out here. Okay, so the reason why we have this set up here is a lot of times you'll have these turret bay doors and you'll seal them with a reinforced glass piece, because then you can pop this off and then get to your turret. You can make a door here, but you want something semi-tough. And as we know that the concrete in this window is close to a stone wall, but it's not exactly the same. What did I say? Just wondering if you have any socials. Yeah, it should be in my description of the stream. Says, like you tomorrow. Says, everybody have a good stream. Steve, thanks for the stream. Hey, RT, if you're going to be on for a second, you want me to show you the cameras right quick? Do you mind if he jumps the line, Bob? Got you, baby. Got you. Okay, so one of the things you'll need for cameras, custom camera setup. Spilled water on my PS4 causing it to turn on and off. Ooh, that's rough. Where's the computer station, dude? There we go. Jeez. Okay, so real quick, this is how you do custom cameras for your bases. Also, exclamation point cam, excuse me, and the chat will bring up the same thing. So what you're going to need is a camera. You're going to need at least a computer station and a power source. In this case, we're going to use creative power because it's going to be a bit faster, so RT can see it. Okay, so the most important thing you need to do is name this. So we'll call this Jade 1. You typically want to name it something that other people won't guess, but in this case, we'll just kind of do this now. And you need a little bit of power going right to it. And what's crazy is, yes, the same cameras you use to make turrets, to combine with laptops and turrets, are the same ones you can now hang on your wall. And if you want to change the position of said camera, if you have it placed on the wall and a hammer out, if you look at it and tap action, it will move the camera in that direction. So if you're crouched lower and hit action with your hammer out, it moves the camera. And so all you need to do is just power the camera. Then you can sit down at the computer station and type in the name of the camera. So in this case, it was Jade 1. I have privacy mode on, that's why you can't see it. And you can see a real live feed of that camera. And you get to see how long you've been watching the camera, which is, it's so light I can't see it, but this is actually the server time. So it's actually oh, here's the time. It's 2:07. Then you hit jump to get off of the station. If you need a better angle, again, you just stand in that direction. I'm actually flying right now. And then if I hit upwards or downwards, if we want to look towards all of this, we just hit action with the hammer out. And then if we look here, click on camera 00 because I have privacy mode on, which this does work on console version. We've tried this on a live server. Pretty cool, right? So you can stick this outside of your door to peep on people outside of your base. It's great for door campers to see if they're sitting outside. It's great if you're setting up a trap base. It's got really good stuff. You get it, RT? You good? I just want to get you before you had to go because I know you're in France. It's late for you, my guy. So these do use units of power, and they're 5 units of power per camera. So they get a little expensive, but they're definitely worth it. And people can stand on these, so keep that in mind. You don't want to give them a nice jump up. So you can hide them in a lot of very sneaky places. They don't have to necessarily be connected to a home network. This can be across the map, and as long as I know the name of the camera, I can access it on any computer station. Does not have to be on a TC or anything else. Pretty cool, right? Good question. Good question. Isn't that crazy? Everybody's like, how do you set the cameras? I was like, dude, they're literally the cameras we used to use. Now you can place them. Isn't that nuts? He says, oh, it's good. He says, but we need electricity for that, right? Correct. So I used, so you would have something like this. Connected to it. What's up? Walshy says, hey Jade, what up? Space Cake says, when's the new update info given out to? When is the new info given out? We're still not sure when the official time is for the update, but we're hoping it's relatively soon, correct? Alright, let's go back to the original turret port. Make sure we got everybody. It says, when you have time, I appreciate it. Could you check my message on Insta? That might be a little bit. You might have to remind me later. Okay. Yes, it's awesome for wax and door campers. It's exceptional for something like that, yes. We're gonna, the generation of the power is just gonna be the creative generator plugged into the side. I hope they have let us use these power generators inside of like Builder's Paradise. It just makes things easier if you're trying to troubleshoot circuits. Do you think they'll ever make the player pop bigger on console? Yeah, I think they will. Of course. Okay, so let me just run through my head here what we need. Well, HBF. And we'll probably need a switch, maybe an OR. I feel we might need a splitter. Probably some of these guys, probably an AND switch, and definitely some memory. Okay, we had just enough space for it. Yeah. Hey, farming, what's up? Do we have turrets? We don't. Okay, so as I said before, having turret ports is essential. So I think creating these little pockets like this are definitely going to be a thing. You can do it different ways, but this one's pretty efficient. The reason why you want to use roller doors is because if you use swing doors, it really gets in the way if you have 2 or more openings, unless you've got it configured in a very certain way. Because look, even if you open it outward, oops, it blocks a lot of the turret's vision. You see? Like, not great. And if you flip-flop it, it's I think worse, really. They're both terrible, but I think this is the worst of the two. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. because look at that huge blind spot. You're like, oh, is there a turret door open? Let me just run up the middle and then pot shot it from the side or throw a grenade in. So yeah, so you can see why roller boys are kind of essential. But the downside to roller boys are they take about 2.3 seconds to open. So keep that in mind. We're just going to use wood locks because it's much faster. And first and foremost, as we're making these door openers, get your door controllers ready. I like to tuck them up in the frame like this. I like to get up here and then tuck it on the frame, and then we're going to unlock this. Pair it. As long as you see green, you're good to go. Then relock this door and do the same over here. Be careful of these door frames. If you place it on the wrong frame, because the way these work is they're in proximity to the frame that has a lock on it, and as you have this crazy overlap right here, it can make things a bit like nuts as far as it saying like, hey, I don't know what door frame you're trying to lock me to. So if you're having this weird thing where like this is linking to like this door, or it loses tracking on it, you'll have to pick it up and reset it, or just make sure it's sitting on the right frame. I know it's a little confusing, but so basically when you have these chunky boys overlapping, just be very careful and make sure you test your circuit. Okay, so these doors should be connected to the roller boys. So let's go ahead and just, I think for the tripwire for this, we'll just make it yellow. We'll take the pass-through, put it along the top of the frame, bring it around, and put it into this door controller. And then we'll put down a turret. Am I missing some of the chat here? He says, hey, Jade, I was wondering if Crust was doing anything about the Zen users. Yes. There's a big group, and 2 of them are using it. It says, I was wondering if there's any way to, if there's going to be any way to ban them. Yeah, just report them. I'm not sure what their system is right now for doing it. It's pretty, I know it's not great, but yeah, they're super annoying, for sure. I'm with you on that. Okay, so let's put our logic for this over here. Let's go ahead and put a battery down. Let's use one of these bad boys to charge it. You know what? Let's get super real with it, dude. Northeast. Northeast and southwest. Really, if you're going to be running this many turrets, you probably want 4. So we're going to do that. That way I can still kind of read the chat and plan out in my head what we're going to do. Okay, so these will combine into this one. And then this will combine into this, and then we'll have this one head over to the battery. Sound good? Great. So this one will be purple, so this side here, purple. Oh, you know what? Let's do the lighter color, because I'm a freak. Eh, purple's fine. We'll do purple. It's the same thing, right? By the way, we do have 5 colors. All you need to do with the wire tool when it's out is hold reload button, and you should see the color selection for our 5 colors on console. Pro tip. I'm such a stickler for these. I don't know why, but I am. What a freak. And then this should go right into the battery. We'll make this solid blue. Okay, so that's actually taking a charge. One's for morning, one's for afternoon. And I put them in clusters. So we have 2 day and night clusters put together. The maximum outage for this is northeast and then southwest. And so it gives you the maximum coverage, and it's low profile. What's up? Nice. Max says, is there any way to get notified when a turret is destroyed? For example, a light. Kind of. That's a good question. That's a really good question. We can definitely hit that after we do some of these other examples. Here's how that's going to kind of work. It's more like raid protection. And so, like, you'd have to have a wall set up to like, if it gets destroyed, it could send a signal? Yes. You could get notified when your turret is... I guess you could if it was destroyed, right? You could get one... Yeah, you'd have to set it... Remind me about that. That's a really good question. Remind me. We'll definitely do that one. There's a way to do raid protection on walls. So, like... If a wall's set up, you can have like this piece on there and like a circuit runs through it, and then once the circuit's broken, it can send a signal. But I guess you could do the same thing essentially if you've got like that same sensor on the ground there, and then if the foundation gets broken, it could do the same thing. That's a little tricky. I think we could do it though. That's a good question. I thought it was in February. I hope it is. I certainly hope it is. I certainly hope so. Okay, so let's get back to the turret stuff here. Okay, so we have a medium battery that's going to operate this, and we're going to set up a way for this to detect somebody. So we can have an HBF sensor out here to pick somebody up. Just going to put it in an arbitrary spot. And then hopefully we get it set up where once it's activated, both the two turret doors open, and then this powers on. And we're going to use this circuit here that also detects people with the HBF sensor as well. So if you look here, and then you can see that that light, if I don't have that on, it's not going to do it. Now is it? There we go. Now that that's on, you should be able to see that we are being detected by the HBF sensor. Hold on a second. It's a little better. Okay. Can you have a Steam account for PS5? I believe so. PlayStation does support connection to Steam. To what degree, I'm not sure. You know, roughly when Farming 2.0, roughly when Farming 2.0 is coming out? Well, it's going to be after Power Surge, so it'll be on PTB first, but everything I know about farming should be in this video here. This farming, sir? Ah, delicious. Oops, I thought I was detached. I'm not. Okay. So let's get this first piece out here. So you've always heard me say, and I will always say it, whenever your battery has an output, always stick it to a switch. You'll be so glad you did for so many reasons, but one of them, the primary, is so it doesn't drain power unnecessarily, and you have more control over your power, because power is a resource, a valuable resource. It is what translates to you being able to keep your turrets on for longer or to do activities in your base. And if you ain't got no power, you're not doing anything. Okay, so let's go ahead and just get the circuit for this open. I know we're going to be making some adjustments to this. And another one, too, is you'll hear people say this a lot, and I agree with this. Put a switch by all turrets because you'll need them to authorize people, but more importantly, to reload. So I know we just have two switches put into each other, and I know that's goofy, but it makes sense in practice, believe me. Because you'll be out there and you're like, we got to turn off just one turret, and we need the other side of the base protected. So it makes sense to have that on that side. Okay, splitters are cute. They do split everything evenly, though, so keep that in mind. That can be the difference between stuff running correctly and it not running correctly. Okay, so we're going to bring this right out to the switch here. And then we'll put it right into a branch. This branch is going to do two things. It's going to split and put the 2 units of power out into our door controllers, which are yellow. So this 2 units of power on the branch, because every branch is set at 2 units of power, so the left side takes priority. So no matter what, if it has only 2 units of power, it's going to send it off to the door controllers here. And since we already linked them, this has a pass-through, so this 1 unit of power will hold this door open as long as it has power. The extra power goes here to the other door controller. As long as it has power, it'll hold it open. Don't worry if somebody breaks these frames or if you lose power. Well, if they break the frames, they have access to the turret, but these will fail shut, so you're good in that department. And where is the input for this? Right there. So now what this should do, if this is all on, is now this should, oh, we got a little bit of, hold on. Hold on. Buffering may occur. Internet issues should clear up in a sec. I'll type it out just in case you guys can't hear me because it might get weird. I've seen like the YouTube's giving me the error, so sometimes it gets a little weird. So just hang tight through the buffering. It should be good. Hopefully you guys get to see it. I'll kind of hang tight and catch up on chat. Do you work with Face Punch? And thank you for the video, says Ghost Creed. Thank you. I don't work for Face Punch or for Double 11. I'm just a player like you guys. I have a love for the game. What's up, Mario? What up, dude? Says, wait, is power here? I haven't played Rust much in months. It is on testing a staging branch. I'm getting the error from YouTube, but I don't think it's buffering yet. So I'm kind of hanging back here. Sorry for the, I know it's been super annoying the last 3 weeks. I'm kind of waiting, because if we get into like some explanation, it might do the whole like TV glitchy thingy. I'm just trying to make sure. There it goes. It cleared up. Knock on wood. Okay. So now, this little branch here is going to power all of these. So the door's open, and now the turret is on. So for the same reason why you want to have individual control of each turret port, this is why you've got this over here. So if you need to somehow put more bullets in here, in our case, you're like, hey, we turned it on, but there's no weapon inside or bullets. You're like, cool. Let's say this is turned on and all these other turret ports are open and you need these to stay on, but you're like, okay, let me just fix this one. So the other ones can stay on, and you can, oh, come on, make the jump. You can come in here and then load this up with whatever you need to. Makes it very nice. In our case, we'll just stick in. I know you guys probably don't believe this unless you played, and then you do know. Pythons are the way. I'm telling you, they absolutely wreck people. It's a super cheap turret. The bullets are even cheaper. It's your best friend. And then watch, I'll even unauthorize myself, and I'll show you that this works. So that it's basically legal auto aim, but it's the computer doing it, and it will wreck people. The cost per bullet is so much lower. It's devastation. And here's another pro tip: if you've got a Python that has a high amount of damage, stick it in the turret. It doesn't take any durability, right? Things that are low durability, jam them in your turret, dude. What's up, Mr. Russo? Okay, so now that we have that working, our HBF sensor is gonna be, okay, so we got this as a basic setup. So let's go ahead and do the same thing over here, but with the sensor. It says I have Python turrets outside my base and it's so annoying. It's the best. What's up? Bartz says, yo, what's up, Jay? What's up, man? We're going through people's questions. Got a lot of good questions in the queue here. If you got anything and everything, throw it in there, man. I guess we can convert this one. We'll do the other one as a basic, whatever. Okay, so I was thinking about this yesterday. Instead of boosting this with an AND switch, I think what we could do is use the output to go in and actually trip this circuit down here. So I think what we're going to do here is place this here. The input from the HBF sensor, which I think is going to be yellow in this case. I'll explain this a little bit better because I'm actually trying to figure out how we're going to wire this right now. So the output for this little guy, and we'll leave this on the outside. Normally you'd hide these really, really well. We'll have the input for this come through and feed the, would it be set? I think it would be set. So set is translated to on, more or less. So when this is tripped by one or more players, this should activate the memory cell to on. Should we use a different color? I feel like, you know what? Can't make up my mind. It may drop in April. I don't think it'll be that late. Are we talking about farming? Farming might. I think we'd have some serious problems with electricity if we had a drop in April. Okay, so that's going to be our main switch there. Ooh. We could almost move this whole power unit to just go on the bottom of our memory cell. Then all of this is kind of split. We could take the output of this and jam it into the bottom of our... That's hot. Oh, you see what we did there? Beautiful. Yeah, and this is something I've been doing. You guys have been seeing me do this. I like having the red button around because it helps reset the state if it gets stuck. And you don't need a lot of crazy extra wiring for this. You just need like a cable and a red button. That's it. And we'll call this one, I don't know, we'll just make it white or something. We'll put it into toggle. That way if you need to like do whatever, you're good to go. And it like can toggle the state if you want to just manually open it. What we really should do is when this trips, we need to make, this looks pretty crazy to follow. But here's the downside to just having an HBF sensor directly connected. Okay, so it's off. So as soon as I go outside, it should detect me. Oh, wait. It would help if it was plugged in. Pfft, what an idiot. All right, so we're going to make this real sloppy. Because I know we're going to rewire this in a second. Yeah, this is not good use of your power, but again, we're going to redo this because just having this activate one time off of like just a very sensitive input, it doesn't make sense because it's a good way to exploit a turret. You can have somebody just trip it and then like not trip it and then trip it, and then it's real easy to kite the turret that way. Okay, now it's on. So you can see there's a little bit of lag time when it powers on and off. So what you want to do is you want this to trip into, I don't know, 3 minutes, 5-minute intervals. So even if you're out of range, that'll run for another 3 minutes. It makes it much harder to... Is it still have a lock at me? My goodness. Oh, I know what we did. It's because we set it one time. Okay, I guess this kind of works, but then you'll have to turn it off manually. Yeah, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you should have something just... I mean, I guess we don't need the memory cell here. Hold on. I think I went about this a little backwards for explanation. Give me a minute. When are minis going to be on PTB and Builder's Paradise? Not soon enough. It says, do you have any tips for cheap gaming laptop? Not really. I mean, you're gonna have to look up stuff. I'm not up to speed enough to be relevant to give you like good information. I'm sure you can get one, but usually when you go super cheap with the gaming laptop, it gets spec'd out pretty quick for games like Star Citizen or even Rust, because Rust keeps getting bigger and better. Then all of a sudden, one update makes it so you can't play the game anymore. So you kind of want to go a bit bigger than minimum specs. So this works because we set it to on. I mean, I guess we could still set it up like this. Sorry, I went about this a terrible way. We could have done this a bit better. Hold on. So the reason why it didn't go off is because the HBF sensor is just set to just to turn it on. So then you'll have to turn it off, and that's okay, but it's still draining power. If you look here, it's still. Didn't we set this? Oh, the sun's coming up now. Okay, it was on the opposite side. Yeah, I knew that. I didn't know that. So what we're gonna end up doing, I gotta make this a bit cleaner. This looks so crazy right now. This is cute, but really, really, we need this to be a bit more efficient than what it is, and we want it to have a timer on it, so it's not so crazy. I suppose, you know, we'll just leave this as an always-on situation for now. Give me a sec. Your boy's got to rework it. Beep, 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 beep. We're leaving this on the outside so you guys can see what's going on. Dude, that stinks. It says, can you add a sensor so you can hear it in your base? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so this is the power in. I know we took it off the splitter, which is not the best way to do it. We're kind of just trying to get this working here. So we're going to need... It's very clear to me that we need a timer. Did we just get 2 of those? We did. We definitely need a timer, and I don't see it. Hold on. Timer, please. Hold on 1 second. Gotta make sure this is good. I didn't forget to do this. You can probably just look it up, Lego dude. You could explain it a lot better than I could. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good now. Easiest way to place a windmill? Good question, Bob. Bob with the heavy hitters. Bob with the heavies. Elevated and not obstructed by other structures around it. A lot of times that's why you'll see them up high like this. The higher the better because you get better output. But if you get these, even these guys, too close to each other, the input or efficiency goes down. Or if you build a high wall up next to it, or if there's a wall next to it, occasionally during the day, its efficiency will go down as there is an invisible wind system that will change throughout the day and it will not give you as high of a yield. Okay, so the idea here is, what makes this a little tricky, is we want the HBF sensor to come in and trip this. We want it to activate our turret for a set amount of time. And I guess we don't need the memory cell right now. I kind of want to do it with this. Let me rewire this for a second while I'm taking out the rest. This is going to go to the turret off to the side. Like so. We can erase this one here. Where are you? There you are. Then we can put the other one up to the door. Erase that one that goes in, and then connect the new one. Get rid of this. We're just trying to give ourselves more room. So yeah, the whole idea here is the HBF sensor is going to trip our... you know what? I kind of want to move that over one more. Yeah, the HBF sensor is going to trip the on button for this. Yeah, let's put this just above it. Yeah, sorry, because I haven't done this before. I like to organize it in such a way so hopefully it's easier to understand. And that's why I'm kind of redoing this a couple times. Bear with me. We'll walk through it. And then this is going to go to the turret. I kind of like to leave it in a line so it's easier to see visually. So if you just want to repeat it, you can to hopefully make that process easier. But for understanding too, hopefully it makes it a bit easier. Okay, so we're going to move that off the wall. Because usually if you have to go over and sideways, it gets a little nutty. So the output for this will still make this yellow. And then the trip for this is going to be orange, which comes from the sensor. So what's going to activate this here, the toggle on button, is going to be from the HBF sensor that comes from outside, and that's the output. So only if it detects those conditions that you set, so you can say include or exclude people that are on the TC, or set them both. You can get it to, it's centric around, or it's based around the tool covered authorization or not having it. Okay, so then the main power is going to come in. What did we make the main power? Was it green? I think it was green. Alright, so this should do it. Let's make our time, I don't know, 16 seconds? Yeah, let's make it a little bit longer. Let's make it 24 seconds. Okay, so the way this should work now is, okay, so we have some of the power here. We obviously don't need 24 units of power that comes out here, but the sensor out here, the input is on the side, and what it's doing is it just detected me, so it turned on, and what it does is it sends us a power of 1 to the timer. And it's important you don't have any other logic in between here other than either a memory cell for the set position, or in this case the toggle position, because we're using 1 unit of power to set this off, and after that our signal's not strong enough. But thankfully all you need for the toggle portion of this node is just 1 unit of power. So what it does is, this power here in the green line is waiting to go through this timer, but the conditions have to be met. You either have to flick the switch, or it has to be set off manually. And as you know, the orange line comes from the HBF sensor, and if it detects anybody in range, it will send a signal here and then activate this timer. But this timer is only set to run, whoops, I set it off, is only set to run for 24 seconds, so you can even see the timer moving. Once that's complete, it cuts the power out in between the timer, which means the branch here that's opening the doors, and then the right-hand power that's going here and powering the turret itself will all go off. So therefore, closing the doors and powering down the turret, saving you battery life. So if you're looking here, when this whole circuit's on, it's using 4 units of power, but when all of this is active, look at our power consumption now. It's up to 16. So you can see, like, because it's so variable, you want to make sure that things are kind of opening and closing correctly. See, I could have had it all. Did you see how crazy it was before? I was like, let's clean that up a little bit. And if you're using these fancy windows, it's even better like this, because then if somebody trips it, you can kind of see what's going on. Yeah. Sometimes I like to stick a switch in here so you can close it if it needs to be closed. I guess you could just hit the main power and shut it off. Because I do like to have the control by the turret to shut it down if you need to, because sometimes you need to pop the window and stick more bullets in. And so that way, I'd suggest setting this at like 5 minutes or 6 minutes. Let me get way out here. That way, if somebody gets detected, it stays open for a second. So even if they hide back here, the turret can still get you. So even if you're kind of playing with it a little bit, but you don't want to set it too high, because you don't want somebody with a compound bow out here pot-shotting your turret. You want them to risk their life in game to come activate the turret, right? You want to slow down that whole process. So that's a good way to set an HBF timed turret. It says, what do and XOR switches work? How do they work? Good question. How do you get electricity on Rust console? Make sure that you download testing or staging branch. It has everything that you need to do so. All right, let's hammer through the questions here. That was the first one. Did we get Bob's question and we got RT's question, correct? Yes. We'll run through this one again a bit cleaner because I want to add some more examples here that hopefully make this a bit... Because this is the cleaner solution. There's another way to do this, but you really want some sort of timer on an HBF because people can kind of just tickle it a little bit and like get it to get in that on and off state. And since it takes two to 3 seconds for everything to be active, it like creates this window for people to exploit it and then push on your turrets. Okay. Yep, you play that on PTB. Let's see, what else? What was our next question? We had the cameras, how to set up the cameras. Got the HBF sensors. Easiest way to place a windmill. Actually, we got that one, didn't we? Transmitter for garage doors, yes. All right, let's see where we want to set this other one up here. Because that's a good one. That's one you can use for your boats. The biggest thing for this is going to be the transmitter itself. Because you'll have that with you on the boat, and then as you pull up, you can actually activate it. I don't know if we can set up a boat port off of this. I guess we can just do like a pseudo setup, hey? Hey! We're gonna put in this hot mess we've created. Okay, so let's say that's like a garage door to a to the water, and let's say you're in a boat port, correct? Let's go ahead and stick a lock on there. So the same way we set up a turret port. Bing, bing, bing. We're gonna unlock this door, and then hit this, and that's paired. And then relock said door. And this one's, it's kind of crazy how easy this one is. I'm trying to figure out what else we can dump here in our hot mess of utilities we have in our... I feel like there's something here that we don't necessarily need. That's ore. Oh, we need an antenna. So again, you want to make sure that this is a code that somebody can't guess. So really, what's so crazy about this, this actually doesn't take very much to use at all. What else can we get rid of? Probably this one for a second, and then we'll use one of these little guys. This one doesn't take much at all. You can set this up with a standard battery. So you take a power output, so you can use just a car battery, which I'd recommend because it doesn't take any tech trash. Then you connect it to the RF antenna. Then as we leave the marching ants on, this should make it a bit easier. So this is, the antenna is just a switch that can be controlled remotely. So if you set a circuit, let's call this one 6868. And then we'll set the transmitter to the same frequency. 6868. So now when I hold this, it will activate the door. Now, this is as simple as it gets. If I let go, it's going to close. So you have to hold it the whole time. So if you want it to be like a toggle switch, you'll probably have to have a memory cell for this. See, as soon as I let go, it goes down. But see, if you're on a boat and you're like, and like, well, if you're solo, you're definitely going to need to make it a toggle. But if you're out here and your friend's driving, you're on the tip of the boat, you just hold on to your button. As you pull in and you're clear, you let go. Oh yeah, let go when I jumped. Oh, I forgot about that. So if we do the same circuit over here, but with a toggle, it'll look like this. Oh, didn't mean to make it metal, but I suppose that doesn't matter. When's this coming to main branch? We're still not sure. Hopefully soon enough, right? I'm kind of thinking it's going to be February, to be honest. If it comes sooner, that's good for us. Door controller, where did I put you? Oh, yes. Relock the door. And we'll put our power output, we'll call this yellow. So we'll kind of have the same setup, but the only difference is we're going to have a like a split to it, and the it's just going to toggle it. So all you have to do is tap the button once. Really good for solos because the other way is a bit more difficult if you don't have the dexterity. Even with the dexterity, I think it would be pretty impossible. Let's see. So we're going to need one more for the input. This doesn't need much. So actually, we'll need this in a branch. And it really just needs, I think, 3 that comes off of here. Is that right? No, I guess 2 would work. 2's fine. Okay, we'll do 2. This would be the power for this. I'll make this one like orange. And we'll have this one go into toggle. And we'll have the red piece come out and around. Just like this. So we'll make this one 67, 67. And now it should work kind of the same way, but all we need to do is tap it once. So right now, all this it's going to activate. Watch, you'll see this. If you remember, the memory cell is off when it's green red, and then it's on when it's green green. So watch, I'll just tap this once. I can even put it away, and then you tap it again to shut it. So yeah, Rust gets boring because no BP wipe on monthlies. Play on weekly, dog. So you can see how we have, like, this is super simple, but you have to hold the button down. It requires less pieces, but can be complicated. And this one's a little bit better because all you gotta do is tap it. I'll leave on the marching ants here for a second while I take a drink. I try to make it so the wires don't cross, so hopefully it makes a bit more sense. I know with all the stuff on the floor, it makes it look more complicated than what it is. But all the memory cell is doing is the red power that goes into the bottom of the memory cell, which is the green box, wants to go through the top of where the yellow line is, but those conditions have to be met. So the place we have it plugged in, our signal, is on the toggle, which means if it gets a burst, it turns it on. If it gets another burst, it turns it off, so on and so forth. So this red power is waiting to go through this to activate our door controller, But it only does that when it gets a burst of signal through here. And normally, because this is like a small splitter, the power is out here ready to go through, but it gets stopped here and waiting for a signal from our transmitter. So once it gets it, it passes the signal through here and puts it into the toggle switch, which then opens up the channel for this to then flow through the top. That'll be good for open cores. Here's the kicker with that, my guy. If somebody gets a hold of your frequency, or if you're outside and somebody gets a hold of this, they get a free raid. So you're going to want something like the smart door controller, or I should say the Jade smart door controller, which is this, which is the most beautiful thing ever. This will only open if you are authorized on the TC. If you are not authorized on the TC, this will not let you in. And it's got built-in features like a panic button or to turn off the automatic system. So when you do get raided, it makes things a bit easier. So if the system is on, you can automatically open all of the doors in your base that lead outside. Obviously, we left the airlock doors shut because it wouldn't make sense. And then if you're like, hey, if you want to close them all, you flick the switch. But it only does that because this HBF sensor is saying, hey, are you authorized on the TC? If you are, then this switch is active. So when all green lights are here, this switch is active. If I take myself off of here, exclude authorized, see how it just went from red, or it went from green, green to red, red? Now I can't flick the switch at all. I'm hitting action button. So if you're not authorized, you ain't getting in. And then you would exclude others, right? So then, so then all you have to do is activate this. Opens all the doors. You can leave your base, like so. These are your standard airlocks. You don't want these to be automatic unless you really want to get raided. And then if you come back from farming, you're like, oh man, I need to like open up my doors again. No problem. You just flick this, you're good to go. And you just walk into your base. Drop off your sulfur piece, and then close all your doors. And then, let's go ahead and open the doors again. If somehow you get stuck in a state where you're up here, all the doors are open, you get sloppy and this door's open, and you're like, you open this door, which then blocks this door so somebody can't get in, but you get clapped, right? You get shot right here. You spawn back here on your sleeping bag. You're like, oh, geez. We got people outside our doors. We need these to not be automatic anymore. You shut off the automatic system, and then you hit the panic button to shut all the doors. And then the doors still work normally. You just need to shut them behind you, so that way nobody gets a free raid. Or if somebody's up here and they're like, they panic and they say, hey, we need the panic button pressed, it shuts off the automatic system. So even if you're authorized, the automatic system doesn't work. So basically when you're getting raided, you want to shut off the automatic doors. That's the Jade smart doors, baby. Pretty hot, right? All right, did we get this one? Did that answer? Was that Bob that asked about the automatic doors? Did that help? Probably go through these again. What's up? Do I miss any other questions? Just checking the chat here. Ladies, gentlemen, checking it. That's a little something I've been cooking up for a while. Yeah, it's like a real life. Because like in a vacuum, in a creative area, it's real easy to make something. It's like, here's the automatic door. But in reality, if you had an automatic switch that opened your doors and you get clapped right here and they're inside, they're like, hey, thanks for the free raid. And they just take your stuff, right? So like that's no good. So you need a way for these to be smart. So that's what this HBF sensor is going to do. It activates only if you're authorized on the tool cupboard. And it's cool because you have these modules out here on the wing. So I try to create something in a base where you've got your interior here and then all these like external doors and stuff. And so like if you're outside, you can close all the doors. Because the most annoying thing in a wife is hands down these freaking garage doors. Let's It's okay. You can answer the questions. That's all good. Let's see. While we're thinking about that, let's go over what we cooked yesterday. Yesterday? 2 days ago. Was it yesterday? No, it was 2 days ago. It wasn't yesterday. What's today? Maybe it was yesterday. It was yesterday. This one's hot because this little sensor will activate if it detects somebody on your roof. Roof camp. Says, yeah, I know. I hate logging on and needing to opening all them. He says, all those garage doors. I'm with you, dude. That's why we made something like that. But it's so important to have them closed. I mean, how many bases have you cracked into in somebody's core? And you get in, you think there's going to be more, and you blow off like this door. And you're like, oh, we can just, thanks for leaving the doors open. Right? So you don't want to be that guy. You want the other guy to be that guy, but you don't want to be that guy that leaves garage doors open. Because sometimes, like, garage doors will be up on the second floor, and you got to go all the way through the base to go double check the doors, and that's time consuming, right? So I try to make this as easy to copy as possible. Well, first it was coming up with a switch that worked for almost all conditions. Then to make it modular, to have like a little power box down here, so then you can expand it. You can up the output here, so if you add more doors, it makes it a bit easier. And then if you want to add more of these remote door areas, to make it that much easier. I try to make it vertical too, because it makes it just kind of easier to understand, I think. Thanks, TB. Be sure to drop a like if you haven't already. Woo! Know what I'm saying, dude? Yeah. Hey, let me check my notes. We had another one. It was... We had this one. We'll chill here for a second while I check the notes. I said... Oh, yeah, we're probably the DM. Okay, I got you. Let's see. Wait, is there any way to get notified when a turret's being destroyed? We can check that one out. We got the garage doors. Sneeko. Maybe we can do the trap base if Sneeko's still here. Sneeko! Gotta go to college in the morning, and... Got that like at the start. Ah, thank you very much. How do you make an automatic door with an RF transmitter? I got you, Courtney. It's one of these two. So, here's one that's just sensitive to... What's this one? 6868. So what happens here is you have your input power. We have creative power here, so just ignore the box. You have it going into the car battery, and this power goes to the RF receiver. And I set this to 6868. So it's waiting for a signal from this guy. Once it gets it, it'll pass it through the red cable to the door controller. The only downside to this circuit is it has to be held down. You can see the door controller is active, but watch, as soon as I let go, it shuts. Maybe that's the behavior that you want, but in most cases you want something that's like this, where the signal comes through here to the branch, literally splits 2 units of power waiting here at the memory cell. And the memory cell is waiting for the on condition. Oops, it's actually in the on condition. Let me go ahead and turn it off. This one's set to 6767. My immersion's been broken. So the way this one works is the power sits here at the branch, splits off here, 2 units of power waiting to be actively pushed through this memory controller, but the conditions have to be met. And in this case, the memory cell is off. And so if you follow back to the branch, the other power goes through here and then is stopped by this RF transmitter, or I'm sorry, receiver. And it's waiting for a signal from our good friend, the transmitter. Once it receives that signal, it gets passed through the orange line and then goes into the toggle portion of the memory cell, which basically means as soon as it gets a burst or a solid signal, it turns it on. If it gets another burst or a solid signal, it turns it off. On, off, on, off. So if you tap it once, it'll turn this on. Then taking the rest of this power and pushing it through the top to the yellow part of the cable into the door controller. So if you look here, if I tap once, it opens. If I tap again, it shuts. Courtney. I'll try to call you Baron, but since your name's Courtney, I pretty much read them off the chat. I'll do my best. So those are the two different ways you can do door controllers. Automatic door controllers. So if you've got some sort of input here, or I'm sorry, like a boat or something, that's really what these are really good for. And you can use that to come on in. Can you place and connect batteries on the ground? More specifically? Yes. That's the question. I feel like there's more to that question though. Bob says, chat you on the next stream. Bye. Okay, Bob. Love your bush, man. Good questions. He's like, bush? What? Yeah, be chatting on the next stream. It's 12:35 here. All right, sir. Again, thanks for the questions. Those were good. Hopefully I got to most of those. Beep doop boop beep boop. Ah, yes, the RF pager. Let's see if we can get this one going here. Okay, let's empty out our pockets just a little bit so it makes a bit more sense. Let's spawn one of these guys. I think it's under tools now. Nope, it's under electrical. It was under tools back in the day. Okay, so we got a question about an RF pager, which is an excellent question because it goes into a lot of different things. So the RF pager, you can also buy them at the Outpost if you are playing, well, on any version of Rust. The Outpost are going for, I want to say, how much are they going for? RF pager is going for 75 scrap. That's pricey, right? And they do take a piece of tech trash, so that's why they're so expensive. Again, you have to have power surge. But what it does is it can send a signal from a base or even a monument. So if you've ever been on oil rig, whether you have power surge or not, if you look on oil rig, you'll see it says frequency. If you set your pager to that frequency, when somebody activates the red card, your pager will go off. And it's in the same way, you can set it up so you can have this active to send signals across or even to say, hey, my base is getting raided, my trap is going off. In this case, we've got a trap base over here where if it's tripped, it will send a signal to a pager. So if you're out farming, you know if you've got somebody in the trap. Somebody, bees in the trap, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so here's how it works. So if you've got a pager, or if you have a broadcaster, if it sends power to the broadcaster, we're using creative power here, so just insert a wind turbine, power generator, or solar panel. The power goes through here to the broadcaster, and this one's set to 6969, of course it is, and your pager is also set to the same thing. Let me go ahead and set it, isn't it? Is it right? Tap, click, I can't remember. Set frequency right here, okay. I was thinking it was the transmitter for a second. So once you set it, now once this goes off, it will go off like this. You can set it to silent. So you can set this up to be tripped in many different ways. And what you did here in the box a second ago, let me go ahead and throw this over here, was you can hear it inside of a box as well. This one is set to the same frequency, and you can hear it's actually going off in the box. And in the same way, you can actually have it go across the map. So it doesn't matter where this is, this will always set off the pager. You can also send the signal across this same frequency over here. So what we have going on here is this is an RF receiver. So because this pager went off, this broadcaster is always sending off the signal 69 across the board. So you can also have an antenna, another base, then receive that signal. So watch, when this is tripped, not only will you hear the RF pager go off, you'll also hear, you'll see this light go off. And these don't have to be on the same base. This literally can be across the map. So it's a way to wirelessly communicate across the board, whether it's in your inventory or whether it's on another base. And the implications to this are as cool as you're thinking, because you can do this in many different ways. You can have a raid detector tell you in your main base that your farming base is getting raided, and the same way where if your trap base is set up, you can tell when it's being active. Pretty nice. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. Hidden battery, backup battery under foundations. The only problem with it is if the connection breaks, you'll have a hard time reconnecting it. You can't like stick it under anything. The building will be blocked after that. I might have to take an aspirin or something here. Give me a sec. Good question. Did that help? If you would be so kind as to let me run out there and get an aspirin, I shall return. Is that cool? I'll put on some music. Sound good? Sound good? Ayah. Hello. Sneeko said, yeah, I'm here. You must be delayed a little bit. It's all good. Hello, Sneeko, sir. Let's see if we can get yours all situated here. Sound good? And then we'll set our other times so our other goodies get charged correctly. Sounds good. So I'm gonna head out for now. It says, but thank you for the tip. Enjoy your videos. Thanks, man. He says about Rust Console Edition updates and changes. Says makes it clear to understand when you explain them in depth. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Says the people I play with have 30 garage doors and 25 armor doors. So yeah, I can't wait for the power to hit main. I know, right, dude? I know. Yeah, I can go through and maybe do the smart doors after we do the trap request you had, Sneeko. Yeah, this is the Jade smart door system, baby. I can try to explain this the best I can. I think it's, at the very least, I know it's going to be a little crazy. I'll try to, I'll run through, and we'll do this after we do the trap base because you had that request earlier. But I'll try to go through here and explain it and kind of show you the layout like this, how it works. And then so those of you that want to copy it can do so. And then I'll go through and explain it. And then maybe if we have time to do like the build out in those different sections. And so hopefully it makes sense because it is dope. I'd strongly recommend setting it up on Builder's Paradise so you understand the circuit and you're comfortable with making it. Not a requirement because this isn't like end all beat all, like you have to have it like good to go. It's not like if you don't have it correct in your base, it's not going to make you like super vulnerable. What's a laser detector? A laser detector is a way to activate a circuit in the same way an HBF sensor activates our turret ports out here. The laser can do the same thing, but you have to cross through the laser. The HBF sensor is a proximity sensor, more or less. So that's what this trap base is based off of. When this trap base is ready to go, which let's go ahead and turn it on. It's in the ready state here. When it's ready to go, there's actually a laser sitting behind this box here. And so as you pass into the doorway, you don't know it, but you're actually setting off the trap. And what it's going to do is close this door and then open the 2 double doors in the back with shotgun traps. And then you're gone. You can't leave. And the shotgun traps have you. And if you're down here like a little greasy guy, you can say, oh, cool, he's trapped. Take the loot and reset the trap. What's up, Richard? What's up? So yes, the laser is actually what's used to trip this. You can see it's sitting behind the box here. And because the box is in the way, it's hiding the laser that comes out. But it still can be tripped through the box. Pretty hot, right? But since I own the base, I can open the door. But somebody who gets trapped in here cannot. And if somehow you want the trap base to be turned off, you can shut this off and all the doors shut. So you're good to go. Pretty hot. What's up, Richard? Thanks for the 26 months. He says, oh yeah, he says, can't stop, won't stop. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. The 26 months, a fixture in the channel, dude. So here's a question. After this stream, we still got a lot more time here left on the stream. I was like, again, if the boys get on, we'll most likely do another Rust stream. But I was like, should we do Star Citizen? Should we do Valheim? I don't know. I guess I'll test to see the stability of Star Citizen's PTU branch. And if it's good, we might jump in there. I don't know. I'm torn. I'm so torn. Okay, so I'm trying to think of a good way we can organize this one. Yeah, and see, the way this works here is this broadcaster also sends a signal off to a pager. So if your pager is set up at the same frequency as this, can also the trap base, whoops, when the trap base is active, it can, watch, as I trip this, door shuts, this opens, shotgun traps lays waste to whoever's inside. But let's say I'm out here farming, I hear this and go, ooh, there's cheese in the trap, let's go get it. And then we come back. And then if this is going off, you just shut this off and you're good to go. You come back, spawn in your base, reset the trap, this closes, that door opens, you're ready to go. Pretty amazing. I can't wait to spend countless hours figuring all this out. It's so good. It says we need a hard wipe on monthlies already, so hope all is well. I'm with you, Tim. I'm with you. You know that, like, standard Rust Facebook servers, they always hard wipe at the first Thursday of the month. So 100%, it's a thing for sure. I'm trying to think if we okay, let me ask you, because Sneeko is the one that wants to see it. We can walk through the explanation of this, and then do you want to see me build it? Or is the explanation? Do you just want to see the explanation of it? Probably want to see me build it, I would think. Let me know, baby. While we're figuring that out, let's see, is there anything else on the master list here? I wanted to set up some other conditions for this too, because I feel like this circuit can be used for a lot of different things. Like, because a lot of times you start off very simple with the turret ports, right? And then you start to make them more complex as you need it, because especially if you're solo, you're not going to have that kind of cheese, man. You're just not. So it makes sense to kind of scale it up slowly. And it's smart, even if you're a big group, it makes sense to do that. So I think we can make some more solid examples over here as well. Should we do one that's just tripped the other way? Maybe. And so if this one's set off by an AND switch, oh, what's up? Monjaro, thank you for the 10 months, man. He says, hey! He says, looking forward to Power Surge update for sure. Thanks, man. I appreciate the 10 months, and I'm with you on that. For lots of reasons. I absolutely love the Power Surge stuff. The electricity is great. You've seen me mess around a lot with it on, not only here, but like even when it came out for PC. I love it. We always try to use it on wipes on PC, and we've been using it recently on console. But more importantly, I think it's great that once this hits, it's going to open up the door for all the other stuff that we're looking for. You know, farming, horses, custom servers. These are all things everybody wants, you know, especially this. I mean, I feel like this one's been cooking for so long. It's like, you know, we're ready, dude. We're ready. And I think it's got a lot of really fun gameplay potential for all this other stuff. I'm a fan, baby. Let me see. Does my merch command actually work? I think it does, doesn't it? So you can always become a member. There should be a button there down next to, I think, the emojis there in the chat window if you want to. What's up, Afro? What's up, baby? And then you can always support the channel that way. Just being a part of the chat, dropping likes, you know, just being here talking with us. Or if you want to, you can always do the merch. It's always exclamation point merch. All those proceeds go back into the channel. So good to go, baby. Let's see. Is Sneeko here still? Kind of wait for his response. Somebody said how to use the igniter. I got you. That's a quick one. The igniter is used to ignite things. So things like a fire, or even your furnaces, or even a large furnace, or even a bubbler, also known as the refinery. Why can't I? There it is. Jeez. And really the best way to use this is with a burst signal and not a solid signal, because when this is active, this is a lot like a Tesla coil. It will do damage to it over time. So what I'm doing now is sending a constant signal to it, and it's actually doing damage to the igniter itself. So the best thing to do, and probably the simplest way to use it, see we're at 247. The best way to use this, I think in my opinion, is to use a red switch with it, because the red switch generates its own form of power. It's just enough to activate or ignite something. So in this case, we'll just kind of throw it here. We'll put an igniter down here, and let's put ourselves a beautiful Fernacio right here. We'll stick some wood inside so it can ignite. Oops, I just picked it up like a doofus. Yeah, I've been playing this game for a while. Jeez, there we go. And let's put our igniter down here. That's painful. And what's cool about this is you don't need a battery or anything for this, because the red switch generates its own form of power, and it's just enough to set off the igniter. And that's all you need to do. So, because this is close to this furnace, it should ignite it. And if you notice, the burst went through the cable and it lit this, but then it just shut off immediately. So you're saving a lot of durability on this, and you're able to light the furnace. And if you put furnaces in a cluster, you can light them in the same fashion. Now check this out. As soon as we get farming 2.0, or even you can do this right now, believe it or not. Well, you can't use this unless you're on PC. But if you have like a water jug, any form of water, and you do this, it puts it out. So if you had like the water jug, you could put this out in the same fashion. Or if you have the farming 2.0 and you have the sprinklers, if you do a little spritz on top, it shuts off the furnace. And yes, if you've been paying attention to our power surge stuff, you can set a timer circuit while you're offline to occasionally light your furnaces and then shut them off. You can even set them to a sensor. So if somebody's outside, they're like, oh, someone's home, we better not raid them yet. But really, you're offline. So a lot of really cool potential there. So right now for us, once we get power surge, we'll have the ability to light the furnaces, but then we won't have a way to automatically shut them off until we get farming. But still, useful nonetheless. Wouldn't you say? What's up, Off-Road? What's up, baby? Let's see, there was something else we were going to cook up. Oh, that's why everything's so blown out, because I have my hat on like an idiot. I guess we don't really need that going right now, do we? That's why it all looked blown out. Couldn't figure that out for a second. I was like, man, I think my brightness is too high. What an idiot. I try to think of a way we can make this a bit more condensed so it's a bit easier to understand, but I do like the pictures in there. What do you guys think? What do you all think? Good, bad, indifferent? What the put down? Yes. I'm trying to think of a good way we can do that. It says, another day, my man. It says off work. It says, how you doing? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, dude. Glad you're off work. Hopefully you're chilling. Dude. Yeah, dude. Power is freaking so good. I love it, dude. I love it. I'm trying to think of a way we can do this in a more condensed fashion. And I almost want to do it where it's flipped for us, maybe. I like this. I want us to do this. Let's see if it makes sense for us. All right, let's see if we can do like a little test area for this. And so like once we explain it, we can maybe walk through it again. For those of you that wanted some heady trap-based action. Oh, okay, there you go. What is a storage monitor? A storage monitor, it's built for Rust Plus, but it also can be used to send a signal for when things enter and leave a whatever it's attached to. So in this case, it can be a tool cupboard, it can be a vending machine, and it can be a large box. Daisy-esque. What's it called? Survives. One survived. No one survived. Is that what it's called? This video right here, specifically a trap base built around a storage monitor. Here's what's going to happen with the storage monitor. When we get Rust Plus, we'll be able to actively see what's in the inventory of those containers in real time, even if you're not in the game. How beautiful is that? Yeah, pretty amazing. What's up? Dex says, how's your day, Jade? Great, thanks for asking. He says, by the way, I love the videos. Thank you, sir. Storage monitor is a beautiful thing. Okay, so if we do this again, can we just do it like back? Oh, look at this guy. Look at that dude. I guess we could just do it like this, maybe, and then we'll elevate that side, and then we'll kind of do it in this direction. Yes. And then if we have it set up like so in the back, could we just do it like this, question mark? Did we make the gap under on this side? I think we did. We just set up the base premise for this, and then we'll try to walk through it again for anybody that wants to recreate it. It's a beautiful thing. Because heck, you can use this kind of trap base immediately. Yeah, placing these stairs is the most fickle thing ever. Isn't it? It's like the worst. Timber. Okay, so that way our back area here is a bit more open. We've got like some flexibility here. See, that's nice. We can do that. Hopefully this is general enough that people get what we're doing and then they can replicate it as they need it. I'm trying to set the basics so when we're walking through it, we don't have to like deal with too much of the BS. Here, let's do a little bit of this while we're doing it. Ooh, swish. Okay, I was kind of looking at this like a way to maybe tighten her up a little bit, because again, like when we're teaching this, I don't like stuff to cross over. I feel like this is still kind of busy. I think, like, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Is that if you've got a semi understanding of electricity, does it make sense? Or is it too crazy? I feel like we can scooch it down a little bit, but I like this one because we can put the picture frames in there so you can see what is sprung and which isn't. It says, does it matter, Super Trucker says, does it matter which direction the wind turbine faces? That's a good question. It doesn't. It's about height and it not being obstructed. Good stuff, man. Good question. Good stuff, dude. You guys have been killing it on the questions the last 2 streams for sure. I guess we can use this for one of them. We'll go through the whole explanation. I'm just trying to think if there's a way we can tighten this one up. I do like seeing the trap conditions out. Does that help? Or are you guys indifferent to that? You guys are like, I don't care. Yeah, you put there, well. Very hot. Very good. Okay, Brent says it helps. Okay, cool. Yeah, because unless you've got some understanding of the memory cell, which not everybody does, which I, I get. So you kind of know when the trap's like ready to go. Yeah, see, I'm visual for sure. So, but what may be helpful for me may not be helpful for everybody else. That's why I was double checking. Let's go ahead and get our little tiny battery charging, shall we? We stick it in the snow like this? Oh, that's cute. Although we have it on the opposite side, so I guess we're going to have the cables crisscrossing a bit, aren't we? I guess it doesn't matter, because it'll be sitting on top, right? Right. I'm such a freak of nature. Gotta tell you, with the new piping system, I really want to play a wipe over on PC for a little bit. Don't worry, we'll still be playing on console, baby. We're not going anywhere. Yeah, let's just bring the power down on the outside here. I guess we can repipe it. That way, at least we're getting some juice off that top piece. And then we can set up the broadcaster too, right? Do we have the broadcaster? We don't. What am I doing? I'm hands-on, not visual. Yeah, the hands-on helps too. Yeah, if I can do it, I think that's the ultimate for sure. But if I don't have that option, it's got to be visual. Reading is like the worst thing for me. I'm like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I mean, I could do it. It's just, it's tough. And then to have to like read and recreate it is like the worst case scenario for me. So you can imagine school wasn't exactly the best. We didn't exactly get along, me in school. Although oddly enough, I found out later on, I do like to learn. I just don't like to read. I don't like to read all the time. Let's put it that way. I can't read, alright? I know, I was looking right at it. I was like, where is the laser detector? My goodness. I don't think we'll need the timer. I just stroked out. We need a box. Or follow directions. I don't mind. Yeah, follow directions because that's all reading, right? Don't exactly like that either. You're really called out right now. Oh yeah, didn't we set up like this last time to double check? Okay, yeah. Box is not in the right position. Perfect. Is it gonna work like this? It should, right? Yeah, okay, we're going through clean. Did we throw out the door controllers? We did. See, I'm glad I'm going through it, dude. We'd be fumbling all over for this. This case, we'll stick it right Right. Right. Man, is this fickle or what? Whoa. Do you have locks in these doors? What am I, playing creative? Jeez. What, have I not played before? There we go. We create the perfect conditions. Wait, what? Okay, and then what we could do is place this little cutie right here. Ooh. I was just thinking, if we, if you figured out somebody's frequency, I suppose I should be thinking this out loud. If you figured out someone's frequency and you knew this was the trap base, you could like wait outside the bush, right? Set your frequency to theirs, right? And then wait for it, use it to like call them to the trap. Right? And then just like wait here for them. That's so funny. I know. Oof. Right? Wouldn't that be dope? Although when this goes off, I'm sure it makes plenty of noise. I'm trying to think, is there a way we... Ouch, ouch. I didn't mean to set that off. What an idiot. Oh, we need our red switch, don't we? Yes, we do. Red switch, where did you go? Bang, 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 bang. I'm just trying to see if we have a good side over here because we flip-flop it too. It won't matter on that side though. Oh my goodness, I keep doing it. What's up, campuses W stream? Thanks, baby. Oops. There we go. Send it back to you. Active. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of want the... Let's slide the battery over. I knew I was going to do that. So we don't have space for it. Okay, let's fix that. Let's get the old blue in there, shall we? Yeah, because I think we went... Was it? It was... Yeah. Shoot. Yeah, I still want it to be on top, so... Yeah, it's going to be a little bit annoying. We're switching around a bit. So we got a branch. No, I'm sorry. It goes switch branch. Then it's going to go to memory controller. Memory cell. Then we have another branch on top on the inverted. Inverted? Yes, because that's the active state. Duh. Yeah, you freak. And then we had the white one come down to our fancy broadcaster. We should set it to 6565. How about that? And then we'll set the pages the same thing. What's up? He says, are you going to host your own custom servers on console? Oh, yes. Of course, of course. Ah. What did we set this? I think it was at 3, right? Oh, we only set it 2. That's right. Yeah, 2 seems to be the right one to kind of come out and around. Beautiful. Pepper. You know what? It's kind of good on this side then, isn't it? Because then the output for this is actually pretty dang good. So the input is right here. And as it comes back out. Power coming this Thursday? Yeah, I wish. Yeah, I think we would have heard by now. I suppose they could surprise us, but I doubt it. I'm not counting on it this Thursday, no. It would be dope. Although you can play it on testing right now, staging. Just go for Rust Console Edition Public Testing Branch. It's a separate download. Go check it out. Or all the info we have on custom servers. I'm going to take a leak right quick. Be right back. Music? Thought you'd never ask.
going insane. Guess your body is somewhere coming closer to death and sex. I'm taking over all your ships, and my arms have got you in a little 40-ounce grip. I'm the siren that sings to you a familiar song. It goes, come little baby, let me hold you. Let me comfort you like your mama.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'll make you cooler than you're used to, deep in the blue. Water dripping from my wetter. Hear the river rippling, come meet me there. Yeah, you will be cool in the deep blue, deep in the blue. I'm taking over all your ships, and my 8 arms have got you in a little 40-ounce grip. I'm taking over all your ships, and my 8 arms have got you in a little 40-ounce grip. I'm the siren that sings to you a familiar song. It goes, come little baby, let me hold you. Let me comfort you like your mama. Ooh, yeah, I'll make you cooler than you're used to, deep in the blue. Water dripping from my wetter. Hear the river rippling, come meet me there. Yeah, you will be cool in the deep blue, deep in the blue. Come little baby, let me hold you. Let me comfort you like your mama. Ooh, yeah.
I got just I'm having me jamming all the time, dude. It says, what time of server are you going to host? A vanilla rate bi-weekly, which means it has soft wipes halfway through the month, and then it hard wipes at the end of the month. Love it. That's like the best kind. It's like the best of both worlds. You've got a little bit of time to, it's not too fast, but it's not too slow. And you have a wipe cycle in there, so like if you get hammered, you've got chances to build up BPs, and then when there's that soft wipe, you have time to kind of rise from the ashes again. It's really nice. Bi-weekly is like, it's legit, especially people that work and go to school, man. So I think they're like one of the best. And then we'll do an event server that will like wipe often. We'll have like arenas, and we'll stream from there. We'll do like raid events and stuff. It'll be sweet. Excellent. And I think for like a thank you to the members, we're gonna try to create some VIP access for them, so they can like queue skip if they have that functionality built in. So it'll be a nice thing that we can add. It'll be good. So like if you don't want to pay for servers, man, you know, you don't have to. You don't have to, man. It'll be all good. I'm so excited for this. I gotta catch my breath. I love it so much. I love this. I love all of it. Oh, it's so delicious. Hey, I'm checking my notes too. You know what's crazy? I have so many notes from Rust. I'm gonna need a notebook again. Oopsie. You know, so I've got, and this has been a long time running, but I'll have some shirt designs that are basically based off of the doodles that I make in my notebook. I think they look cool enough. I hope they will be. So, no exact time on when that's gonna occur yet, but I think they'll be pretty jammy once we get them out there. There was something else we were gonna answer. It's like on the back of my brain here. Unless I got them all. I think we got show the camera. Oh, well, Bob asked how XOR switches work. We can go do that one later. I guess we'll do this trap base, because this one's probably the one that's the most looming. A trap base for Rust Console Edition. Not only a trap base, but a trap base that automatically closes the door, opens the shotgun trap, and alerts you when people are inside of the trap. That's right, with a pager. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off real quick. Oh my goodness. That's driving me nuts. That's driving me nuts. I just stroked out again, guys. Hang on. Sorry, I'm like... I got like 50 things going on here. Hold on, wait. Hang on. What's up? So I'm back. Hello. What do you guys think? As like a sidebar here, I'm very excited to do some Star Citizen, but then again some Valheim. What do we land on? Actually, let me see if BioLazer's flirting with me. Hold on. What's he doing? Oh, I gotta charge my phone too. Hold on. We gonna Valgine or SC tonight? Oh, I'm really getting one in there. Let's see what he says. Because if we do a second wave and everybody's not on Rust console tonight, then we'll do that. But if we do that tonight, then we'll definitely be playing Rust console main or whatever, or testing or both tomorrow then. I had to flirt a little bit, you know what I mean? See what he said? Did he text me back? Valheim would be cool too. By the way, oh yeah, he did text me back. If you didn't know, Valheim is coming to console, PlayStation and Xbox. How cool is that? I'm not sure if it's going to be core systems or if it's going to be next gens only. I'm pretty sure they can do it on the old stuff. I know it's coming for the Sony and the Microsoft systems. So I said, is it going to be Balgina or a C? He texted me back. Okay, sorry. He says, how do you access the aiming servers on main branch? If you, Zach, good, excuse me, good question. It says trap bases are cool and all, but you have to get BPs, and that takes time. Yes and no. Yeah, you do need some BPs, but we have tech branch, right? Tech tree. And some of these traps don't require anything. Like this one here requires a car battery, a regular switch, a branch, a memory cell, and a red switch, and a laser. Although you can you buy the laser? Hold on a second. Is that even a thing? You can't buy the laser, can you? But to be fair, if you kind of go through the Tech 1 tree, Tech branch, Tech tree. Jeez. I have a stroke? Am I okay? Hold on. I have like my phone going off, and then we got this other show. Hold on. Is it? It's level 1, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Or is it level 2? It is a level 2. Boo! It is a level 2. I'll be damned. I did not know that. I thought for sure it was level... Wasn't it level 1 at one point? Well, the level 1's sitting at the outpost, so that should be relatively easy to get. Yeah, I guess this one's kind of far down. Although you get this one all the time. I want to say this one's at the outpost. Hold on. I gotta know. I know you can get a smart switch, but well, that's not pertinent to us yet. Basically, save your tech trash. Oh, Zach was asking, how do you access AIM servers on main branch? I got you. So go to the server filter list and type in target. And it should show up, because they're called target practice, not AIM training. feel like we either directly can get it from here, or there's a route to kind of roll the dice and maybe get it to RNG your way to tech trash. So if you can't find tech trash, another option is to buy solar panels and then throw it in the recycler. It's very expensive, but you have a 50% chance to get tech trash out of a solar panel. So you can play that game. Yes, the brown crates will definitely show up. You can do the same thing with a pager. You can buy a pager and throw it in the recycler. You have a 50-50 chance of getting tech trash. Yeah, so you can't get it directly. So yeah, it's you buy it and then throw your chances up on the recycler. And that's if you can't find tech trash, and you do have the blueprint for the laser. Although you find these though, if you're just doing any level of farming, roadside or anything, you'll find it. It's like it should be a non-issue. Zach said, "Thank you, no problem, dude." There's gonna be some big queues for those, I can tell you that much. When are minis coming to console? Not soon enough. We have no official word on that. We do know the big hang-up, and this was last year, was the core systems basically exploded when the minis were in there and tried to like fly because they couldn't load things in fast enough. But the other systems seem to do well with it. So, although it looks like they've done some optimization for the core system, so I wonder if that's no longer the case anymore. So we'll kind of have to wait and see how that develops. Yeah, I forget what the spawn rate is for those. Sorry, we meant to do this trap here, and I'm like, so you got pretty good drop rates. Treasure box, 2%. Locked crate, 2%. Underwater, we don't have underwater. Elite tier, you get a 1% chance for the laser. Military crates, mil crates have a 1% drop rate. Regular crates have a 0.3% drop rate. So 0.3 on the road sign, and then mil crates have a 1% chance. So if you're playing the web at any degree, you're going to come across one of these, or you'll eventually get tech trash, so then you can make it. So, like I said, it should be a non-issue. I got you. All right. So we'll get there eventually, won't we? So I have less lag on PTB and normal Rust. Is there a reason for that? Yes, that means that the update that's coming through is going to be better for everybody, as it's going to run more efficiently. That's what I'm saying. I can't wait for this one to come through, because not only do we get more content, we're going to have a lot more performance. So I'm a fan of that. Oh. Son of a... Robert Bain. Robert Bain. Yeah. I'm just sorry, I'm trying to sort out how we're going to do this. Because I want to walk through the whole thing here, and I want it to be relatively smooth for us. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. So bear with me. I know we've been trying to do this for a hot second. I know. It's been a minute. Yeah, so what we're working up to here as I'm sorting stuff out in my brain, um, probably one of the cheaper, more advanced trap bases that you can do pretty quickly. The most expensive thing I think we just went through was the laser detector. But what this is going to do is this is a laser that's tripped. You can't see it because the box is blocking it. We have a shotgun traps that open and lay waste to somebody. And if you're away, that pager is going off, so it's actually telling you when somebody's the cheese is in the trap, as it were. And it's got two different states. You have the trap ready and open here, and then the sprung, which is what the condition it's in now, so that you can hit this to toggle it, the red button, and then it's back to ready. You can see this door shut, and then this door opened again to bait people in. And this is super cheap. We've got that car battery chilling right there. And when you don't want, and this is actually sending that broadcast signal off here to the side, and this is using 8 units of power when it's active, and then you can shut the whole thing off, which will then close the front door there, and then you're saving all your battery power. It's running off of 2 solar panels and a car battery. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of sorting through my mind. I'm sure you guys are going to see this all again in a second. Trying to think of a good way to organize it because we're trying to walk through the whole thing here. And it's like a mirror image of the other one, so it's the same, but it's a little bit different. I use the floor to trip to set the doors. Yeah, but that's kind of obvious. So like if you have the box here, and yeah, that's one way to do it for sure. There's like no right or wrong way. But because this is kind of set behind a box like that, it really kind of makes it nice because by the time they see it, they've already tripped it. I could have set that lower, but you get the idea. That box in the way kind of stops it from being seen. And if you create a believable enough scenario, you can definitely have it work out. Ah, let's do it. Did Laser text me back? Hold on. I'm so distracted. Any other questions about electricity? Be sure to throw them up in the chat, boys. Been answering them left and right. I think he answered. Yes, he did. Oh, what's he got here? Maybe Valgine. So much water. If we did 318, you would have to download PTU if you have access on your account. Or we can just do Valgina. Or we can do Valgina. Okay. Any word on Power's release date yet? Still nothing yet, Sam Bucket. We have a sneaky, cheap trap base for Rust Console Edition. One that is activated by a laser, closing this door, opening up the back doors with shotgun shells, dropping the player. Also, the ability to send off a signal if you're away from the base to let you know when the trap has been sprung. You can use the pager there. We can go ahead and shut that off. And you can see the circuit here runs off of a car battery. And you can see that the trap is sprung here because we have green and red. And then if we want to reset the trap, this door shuts and the back door opens again to let the trap open. And if you're like, hey, I just want to shut the trap off and not use power, you can do that by hitting the master switch down below. And this runs off of 2 solar panels, a car battery, a switch, a branch, memory cell, and a red button, and also the laser detector as well. So yes, this is Rust Console Edition. This is, you can use this today, and as long as you have the broadcaster. This is extra, really. And so that'll send the signal off to your pager. So we're going to go ahead and walk through how to build this. Okay, so over here, what makes this so dirty is you can actually place that laser detector here, place a box in front at just the right angle where it's on, but this box blocks it, so you can't see the laser that goes across the doorway, making this extra heady here. We can actually come over here and see this a little bit better, because normally you can see the laser go across the doorway, but because it's sitting here like this, let me shut this off again, it's actually blocking it, but it's still being activated, so it makes it very, very heady. You don't have to activate it this way, but it definitely, this is an option for sure. So it's really about dressing it up and making it look more believable. Okay, so we've got the same scenario here. We've got our shotgun traps in the back here. We've got a door controller up on the frame. The other door we'd like to control is here, so let's go ahead and set those. So all you need to do is set up the door controller on the frame or close to it. Unlock the door, then come up here and hit the action button. Come back and relock the door itself. Do the same back here with our shotgun traps. By the way, you can do 1. 2 is pretty efficient, but 3 is going to always lay waste to somebody. So unlock this, set this with the action button, then go back and relock this. Always, 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 always make sure you relock it. What's really cool here, we kind of set this up. Maybe we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves here, but if you kind of come down here, and the reason why we have this doorway is so you can see in. If you want to hide that door, you can stick a level 1 workbench, and honestly, if you stick like a furnace or something off this back corner, no one's going to see this down here at all, and you can kind of take a little peek to see who's in there and grab loot and stuff, but we'll leave it open for this build itself. Okay, the heart and soul of this is definitely going to be your memory cell here. Let me go ahead and whip out the old cable tool. You've got the power in, and then you've got the 2 outputs. That's what makes this so great. When it's in the on position, the output is triggered, and when this is in the off position, the inverted output is powered up. So what's beautiful here is set really means on, reset really means off, and toggle is exactly what it sounds like. You send a burst, it goes on. You send another burst, it goes off. On, off, on, off. So whether it's a burst or a solid signal, it's always going to trip it to one state or the other. Okay, so we've been charging up the battery here. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. Okay, I always do this. You take the battery power and always put a switch on top of it. It helps you control the power. This one's going to be really tight on power, and so you want to make sure you're kind of saving it up. Here's our solar panel configuration. Again, you can buy this at the outpost for $75 a piece. Have this going into a root combiner at the top here, and then we have it facing, what is it, northeast, and then southwest is optimal. This is daytime. This is afternoon solar panel action. We have it coming down here to the car battery itself, which should be maximum charge by now. And okay, so we've got the switch here that comes out of the battery, and then this goes into a branch. This branch only needs to be configured to 2, which is the default, and this goes out to our laser up here. And you want to make sure this is on, and just make sure that when you're placing the box, it's not, the laser's not coming through. So if it is, you pick it up and place it again until it is, until it's covering it up. And really you can set this down lower. I just kind of have this set up so you can see it. And so what you want to do is you want to take the output of this, which we have as purple. We're going to come over here and take the output of this laser. Output. You need to kind of walk around your base. We're passing through the wall because it makes it faster. And then what we want this to do is actually go into the toggle button of our memory cell. And then we're going to take the output power, which I think over here we set it as, yeah, it's all red that goes through. I'm trying to follow the same configuration here. And so the output for this, when it's in the on position, this is this is just the power to the memory cell itself. Okay, so this makes it a little confusing. The inverted output is going to be orange for us. And what we want to do, because remember, there's two states of this are, when the trap is ready, this door is open, and this is shut. And so when the trap has been sprung, this should be closed so they can't leave, and this should be open, which is the perfect type of output we have for our controller here. So really, our trap being sprung is going to be the orange side, which is the inverted output. And so what we're going to do is take this output and run it into our door controller here. That is for the shotgun traps. Bing. And then when the trap is on, which I think I have this set to green. I do. Okay, it's set to green. Sorry. This is going to go to the front door. That's going to open up. So we're going to bring this up and over. And it's really important to get these kind of high and tight on the frame so people can't see it coming in, because you want them to feel comfortable. That's what trap bases are all about, making it feel real good and comfortable. That's why you light a furnace, leave a bag in the front so it looks like somebody screwed up, and then you want them to kind of just walk in. Okay, here's the other important thing too. I like to use a red button switch to set the toggle state for all of this. And what we can do here, and this might be a little confusing, is we're going to take this as, what do we set it as to the other side? It is yellow for our toggle state out here. And this will help you reset the trap when you're done. What did I set this into? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, when I set the laser, I put it on toggle. That's not what we want. We want it to be on, I think it's reset, which is off. It is. Okay. I had to think about that for a second. Woo, your boy already made a mistake. All right, so we'll come up here. We'll place it on the output. I was like, that seems a little too easy. It turns out it's right. So if you look here, there's a toggle. Here's the reset, which means off, and then set means on. So what we're going to do is kind of bring it up here, angle it over, and we're just going to pass it through here. So hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully on the same level here. So sorry, I messed that up. And so the reason why you don't want it on toggle is because what's going to happen is if it's on toggle, if you trip this once, it's going to turn it on. And then for them to get stuck, they can just hit this one more time. That door opens and this door shuts. You want them to come in and trip it, but you don't want them to be able to reopen it again. So I guess it was good that we messed it up the first time. So you kind of get that explanation. I didn't mean to, but yeah, there it is. Okay, so I think we're kind of close here. So this is with the trap sprung. If we hit it again, this goes back to open. Yeah, we're good. And with this white switch over here. All right, so yes, the trap is ready to catch somebody, and then when they come in and trip it, it's then going to send the signal out. So right here, we trip the signal. This shuts. We can't re-trip it again. And this opens. The shotgun traps will lay waste to you. And then because this has been sprung, now this is active, and this white signal comes out here, and this is optional, and goes to a broadcaster down here, which is set to 6767. So if we go ahead and set the frequency to that, it'll let you know when that is active. So let me go ahead and reset the trap real quick. Okay, ready. And we'll go ahead and trip it again, and hopefully our pager goes off the way we think it does. So activated the trap. Oh, did I not set my broadcaster to 67? I set it to 65. What a good dude. All right, let's reset it one more time. Oh, he's checking frequencies. Make sure that's not anything obvious, because it's not good if it is. Okay, let's trip this again. There we go. So now our pager's going off. So if we're somewhere else farming, you're going to hear that bad boy go off, and then you can come home and collect the cheese, spawn in here, reset the trap, and you're good to go. And if you're like, hey, we're done collecting all this loot, and I don't want my back door open, that's cool. All you have to do is hit the main switch, and you're not draining any power. Both of the doors close because door controllers fail shut, and you're good to go. And if the circuit's on, you are using 8 units of power. Let me go ahead and drag it over right there so you can see it a little better. 8 units of power. And that's why you've got the master switch here, because that way you're not draining anything if you need this to charge. Because, hey, it is just a car battery and you don't have that much power. Because remember, a car battery's maximum output is 10. And if we're using 8, we got a little bit of headroom. So there you go. That's an easy way to do a trap base. I guarantee you're going to get a lot of Zerg dudes trapped in this for sure, because no one's going to expect this 100%. So be sure to drop a like and a subscribe if you found it useful. says do a trap wire base. What do you, tripwire, what does that mean? I mean, we kind of just did. Am I right or am I right? Did that help? Do you think that was good, boys? Ladies? Hustlers? Ugh. Think we got it, boys? Do igniters do damage? No. They do damage to themselves, durability damage, but not the kind of damage you're thinking. Yes. William says yes, you're the best. Thanks, dude. No, you're the best. I was just hoping that it helped out, you know? Because I know how crazy this is at first. To, like, see all this nutty new stuff, and you're like, what is going on? I kind of like the other side better, because we don't have this, like, high detailed brick, and this might be a bit easier to see. Maybe? If someone takes your pager, do they get your frequency? Yes. So then you'll have to reset it. That's a good question, dude. Off-road with the clutch question. %. They do get it. What's up? William says, I'd love to do a wipe with you. Am I crazy? Here's something we'll do probably on the next wipe. And then obviously when this comes out to main branch, I'll run a stream and I'll be like house calls or something like that. Something along those lines. And so like if you're cool with like maybe your server getting out there, I can show up to your base and like wire it up for you. I'll do it on stream. So, you know. I'll try to hide your server best I can, but you already know how easily people find us, so just be ready for that. But I'd be more than happy to come through and do house calls for electricity if you guys want, if you guys got the setup. Have you played VR before? I have not yet. Oh, baby. I'm trying to think if there's something else we got on the mix. Let's see what BioLazer said. Yeah. Because we might give it a rappy doodles here, depending on what he says. Alright, so it looks like we might do Valheim next. In like an hour or so, maybe. Yeah, it's been kind of a mixed bag. Valheim is coming to console. It's either going to be April or February. So I'd be a noob on PC, so it's all good. You gotta start somewhere. We had a lot of really great questions tonight. Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here for now, and we'll pick this up again tomorrow, as always. And you know, bring those questions; they've been fantastic. We'll keep pushing through this here, and I think, what do we say? Yeah, the boys are on tonight. We'll go on Rust console. If they don't do it tonight, then we'll be on Rust console tomorrow. We'll still probably do something like this, and then we'll split it halvesies, and then we'll go over there. And then, yeah, so I think we're going to do another stream tonight. And the next stream tonight is either going to be Valheim or SC, but it's looking like it'll be Valheim. I know. It's like I don't even know what I'm doing. All right, guys. Be sure to drop a like and a subscribe. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming through. Good questions. It was awesome with you guys being a part of the chat and stuff. And hopefully we see you guys on the next stream tonight. Most likely Valheim. So stay tuned for that. If you got the notifications on, you should be able to see it. So we see you guys in a little bit. Appreciate you. We'll see you soon. Deuces. Clean your build area. Never. Never.